it's Mark. I am the Sanderson collector, and I'm here today because Gollancz has done it again. We have seen this with the UK edition of Oathbringer in mass market paperback. This is the first edition with a nice black spine. And this is the first edition with a nice white spine. Gollancz reissued the book and told us they were the same edition, even though they are clearly not. Now, we have seen it with another book. They have done this with The Way of Kings. Here is the first edition of the split hardcover of The Way of Kings, and the second edition. These are not quite as obviously different just from looking at the outside of the book, although if you look closely you can tell that the first edition, is slightly thicker. So today I am going to go into detail on what changed and how to tell the difference between these two editions. Here on the left we have the original copies of this edition that I got on the release of the book. And here on the right we have the other copies that I have received from fellow collectors, Dan Conniff and Rachel. Thank you very much to both of y'all for helping me out with collecting these editions. The first thing most collectors will look at when trying to distinguish an edition is the copyright page. The first one here on the left says this hardcover first published in 2021, and it says it is a first printing according to the number line right here, and it has all the other standard information. If we look at the other part 1 on the copyright page, it says it is also a first printing, but it was first published 2022. If you compare these side by side, you will see the font is completely different in size, and this one has a much larger font on the 2022 edition, even though all of the other information on the copyright page appears to be exactly the same. You'll also notice that the alignment of the dedication here is completely different. What they did is they took the book and they reflowed it. This is just the text from the 10th anniversary leather-bound US edition that they shrunk down and stuck into the 10th anniversary split hardcover for the UK. These are basically 10th anniversary editions, even though it doesn't explicitly say it. They do have the updated text. However, they decided that, the font size is really small on this one and it doesn't look great, so they reflowed it and reworked it as a UK book. They did not change the quotes or the spellings or anything, but they did reflow it with larger font, and they moved the page numbers down to, the middle of the page. And so we get this newer edition that is easier to read because of the larger font size, and it actually has more pages in it. This first edition goes up to 522 pages here, whereas this first edition, I am still not entirely sure what to call it, goes all the way up to 604 pages. We can see similar differences in part 2 of the books. Again, the copyright page on the first edition here says 2021 first printing, and the one on the second part right here says that it is 2022 first printing. And we see similar differences in the page layout and font size for these books. And there are some differences on the back of the books as well. But just real quick, what really happened here? Gollancz took the first edition, they put it out, they printed it, then they decided, hey, we made a mistake. The flowing of the text in this book is not working. So they quietly, the next year, put out another first edition of the book, not saying anything is different. There was no announcement. They had the same ISBN. They both say on the copyright page that they were a first printing. But this one is obviously different with a different number of pages. You can see it more clearly here when I line the books up like this, that the second one is thicker and a slightly lighter blue color. And yeah, they have essentially lied to us by saying these are first editions, But these were the original first editions. These are, I guess, considered the second state of the first edition, which came out an entire year later. If you want to collect the true first, you will need to find these that say 2021 on the copyright page. Now, here is a view of the back of all four of these books, and you can see there are some differences between these. Let me know how many differences you can find. I believe I found at least 5, including one typo, which has persisted across the backs of the editions, which I have reported to Dragonsteel, although Gollancz has said they are not going to issue any more of these editions. They're out of print. We're not getting them for book 5. I'm really frustrated by this, but it is what it is. Let me know down in the comments how many differences you can spot between the backs of these two editions. I will be back maybe in a month or 2 with some more videos. I have a project that's going to keep me busy for the next 6 weeks or so. But after that, I will hopefully be back to making regular videos. I have been really busy with work and stuff lately, so I'm sorry the videos have not been quite as regular as they have been in the past, but I am hopefully going to get back into that, like I said, in about 6 weeks or so. I will see y'all then with another video about Brandon Sanderson collecting. If you enjoyed this one, like. If you want to catch future videos, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you soon. Until then, happy collecting.